Greetings. Today I'm going to check out the Instant 360 camera. And what I've done is that I've got a 2000 Ford Explorer and it still has a radio antenna. So I've hooked my 360 camera on the radio antenna and I'm going to drive around Sitka. Unfortunately, it's been raining here day after day. These cameras are supposed to be waterproof, so we're going to see how well it works. It's raining, and I'm already, I think, getting some water on the lenses, but that's okay. We're here to try this thing out, and I'm leaving my homestead here in Sitka, Alaska, and we're driving out to, going to drive out Indian River, downtown, around downtown Sitka and a few places, and then come home. Now this software comes with some very unique, the camera comes with some very unique software, and I'm just learning to use it. One thing I noticed here is that I'm only doing about 20 miles an hour, and yet it feels like I'm moving quite fast. Now this camera, you shoot 360 and then you put it in the editing machine and in your computer, and you edit the different angles. I see it's already raining. I've got rain hitting the camera lens. It's already making it a little bit more blurry already. I can hardly read the sign. 25 miles an hour. It's not a very good day for testing this out with so much rain. Well, I'm heading out the Indian River Road here, and we're going to go by the Alaska Trooper Academy and hang a right and turn into town. So far, well, it got a little bit of a fisheye look, but I'm not quite sure. I would have to learn how to edit it properly. There's the Trooper Academy to my right, and this is Sawmill Creek Road. And now we're coming into Sitka, the main part of town. A little bit of a fisheye, but not too bad. And plus, remember, this camera is stationary. It's hooked to the SUV, so I have no way of controlling which way the camera looks. Everything I do has to be edited in the software. Now we're heading down Jeff Davis Street, down by the old Sheldon Jackson College campus. The lens is only comes with wide angle. There's no close-up. You can't get closer than maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet. And there's no telephoto. If you want to do any work with close-up and telephoto, you'll have to do it within the software itself. Here's Lincoln Street in Sitka, Alaska. We're going to turn left. Off to the left here is the college campus where I went to college in mid-1980s. It's now a fine arts camp. The old library there on the left, I don't think they've come up with a use for it yet. Had all my science classes over here on the right at the Science Center. It is now, it's a Science Center now. Now we're approaching what we call Totem Park. It's the national park here in Sitka. Totem Park, and the site of the Clinton and Russian battles. Oh, it looks like the tide is out today. Now the reason I'm doing it today is that Sitka has a lot of tourists. And most days there's between 3 and maybe 6,000 or more tourists in town. But today is what they call a light, or no, they call it a no tourist day, but it's a light tourist day. There's still quite a few tourists in town. So it gives me a chance to get out and look around here. Normally these parking lots be full of buses bringing tours in. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how I can kind of turn the camera here in the software. Yeah, I'm going to turn it around. Oh, that's a bright new house. Bright colored one. I'm going to mess around here with the lens and in the software and see if I can get some interesting shots. But you might notice there's raindrops on the lens, which is distorting the picture a little bit and cutting down on the sharpness. But still not too bad. Here I'm turning the look around the other direction here, where I came from. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this camera. I think there's a lot of uses I can have for it, especially if I'm going to do a travel vlog here in Sitka. And there's the campus again on the right. We're coming down Lincoln Street. As you can see, there's still a few tourists around walking around in the rain, and actually there is a tour bus. So there must be a small ship in town or something going on. Oh, look, they painted the bathrooms on the left. I don't come downtown very often during tourist season. It's just too crowded for me to get around. Well, you can still see once in a while the lens on the camera getting hit with raindrops. Like I said, the camera is on the outside of the vehicle, and I have no control over it. It's just stationary on the antenna. It's sitting about a foot above the top of the vehicle. I don't know if I should lower it or raise it. There's a Russian bishop's house. The colors in the camera are excellent. I mean, they're right on what it looks like. Stop, go. Yeah, I'll run down by the stores here and see if I can't try some different camera angles. Yeah, as you can see, there aren't too many people around today. This is... want to really see Sitka come in the wintertime. Hardly anybody around. Yeah, there's the Orthodox Church, Russian. And a little tight in here. A couple of tourists walking around. A couple more tourists. Kind of in the middle of downtown now. All these businesses used to be private owned. Now some of them I think are even owned by the tour companies. We got the Pioneer Home on the right. Sitka Hotel on the left. I can see where I need to turn a little bit more to the right if I want to look at things, or turn a little bit more to the left. I'm amazing the sense of speed I have, even though I'm only driving 15-20 miles an hour. Things are happening very fast here. Oh, somebody's got a little stand out there. I'm going to twist this thing around here and see how it looks. Looks Look at the bridge here, the O'Connell Bridge. Yeah, it's amazing. I could see pretty high up with this thing. And I guess pretty low too if I wanted to. Like I said, the camera is 360. And I have it a stationary, vertical. I think to get a better picture, you're supposed to have the camera out at a little bit of an angle. But this ain't too bad for just tie it on an old SUV and shooting vertical stationary. Actually, you see the mountains way in the distance. Even though the lens is a little bit blurry, amazing quality. Colors are really good. Brings out the contrast in the clouds. Yep, now we're swinging back in through town here. The library and public convention center buildings are off the right here. All this stuff has been remodeled since I first moved to Sitka. Town's really changed. Even though there are fewer full-time people living here. Yeah. Here's the main drag again. You can see just a little bit of warp in that across the street sign there, so I need to figure out how to get rid of that when I don't want it. It can all be done in post-production in the software. Very powerful software. A lot of things you could do with it. What I end up doing is I export it to an MP4 file, and then I bring it back into my regular software where I do the narration here. I use KDN Live. It's free. I like the price of things when they're free. The old city building to the right there. Little tour operations, bicycles and food trucks, and pretty slow today, pouring rain and a very low tourist day. And most days now these sidewalks are just jam full of people in summertime. So now we're heading back up the road, back up to my place, back up Indian River. Well, so far I'm pretty impressed with what this camera can do. Like I said in my previous tests, the camera is, well, advertised as 8K, but actually it's got two lenses and each is 4K, so. But that's still higher quality than what I do. I normally always render out to 1080p and 60 frames a second. Mainly because that's what most people watch on their televisions and stuff. Not many people I know have 4K, so why should I make 4K video? Anyway, we're on our road up here, on the road again, on the road again. We're going to turn left here and go back up Indian River where I live. Quite a few people coming here. Sneak in between them. Like I said, this is a very, very wide angle lens. I look around here. Warps the truck when I widen it out. Yeah. Of course, you could always slow the video down to look at something or take a snapshot. This is just straight 360. degree, 360 degree video shot at 8K at 30 frames per second. Every once in a while it clears up pretty good. The water gets blowed off the lens. Then you pick up some more water again. There you see a little more distortion on the right. So much water out there. You know, it drips on my lens there. You can see it. Yeah, we're going to turn up Yaw Street here. I'll probably leave this video on my channel for a while if people want to see what it looks like with using the camera, and plus a pretty good look at what Sitka looks like. If we get some better weather, clears up, I'll make a number of downtown Sitka videos with this thing, put it on. Coming up here, my last stop sign. And I'm almost home. Our little house up here. There we go. All our flowers that are doing so terrible this year. We've only had 4 or 5 sunny days in the last 90 days.